Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. How's it going?
We got another exciting early release today to talk about, Bob.
Yeah, love it.
These are the Enforcer and Santa Ana Unlimited skis. We've known about these for a little while now. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yep.
I feel like in general, these skis, we're going to get into what they're all about in a little bit, but I think in general, they're filling somewhat of a void in Nordica's line.
Yeah, and just with the whole increase in touring and backcountry skiing over these past, 5, 10, you might call it longer, but the ski stuff is really caught up, and it's nice to see Nordica kind of, like you said, filling that void.
Right.
And using this pre-existing line to really, anchor and bolster that production moving forward.
Exactly. So, yeah, these are called the Enforcer Unlimited or Santa Ana Unlimited. And as we have alluded to in the beginning of this video, these are touring versions of Enforcers and Santa Anas. So quite a bit lighter.
Yep.
We've been playing around with our new scale and some pretty significant weight savings among these skis. We get 5 models total. So on the men's side, we get 104, 94, 88. The men's 88 is the only one that we don't have for this video. On the women's side, we have Santa Ana Unlimited 93 and Santa Ana Unlimited 88. So pretty exciting.
Yep.
And these are available right now.
Yep.
We have a bunch in our warehouse. We're literally unpacking them right now. You could order these skis today and ski on them on like Wednesday.
Whenever they get to you,
Whenever they get to you, depending on where you live. But yeah, the snow is falling.
Yep.
People are touring out west. People are touring here in the East Coast too. Crazy people.
Yeah.
But these skis are available now. So yeah, with that said, I think let's just get right into them and kind of talk about the differences between these skis and the existing skis. Something that I think is really cool about this launch is Nordica knows that they have a really good product in the Enforcer. It's been Ski of the Year multiple times. It just like continuously wins awards and high praise from like everyone who skis it. Whether you're on the 88, the 104, everything in the Enforcer line is a good, very, very, very good ski.
Yeah, they really revolutionized like the brand within a brand with these Enforcers, and now this Unlimited series I think is taking it to a whole new level. So it's
right.
Great to see.
So these skis share the exact same shape with existing Enforcers. I think that's important. Nordica, like I said, they knew that they had a good product. They had a really good shape. We talk about it at length with Enforcers, but a big reason why they're so good is because of the shape.
Right.
That combination of rocker and taper. So in these Unlimited skis, the shapes carry over 100%, which I think is really smart for Nordica. And then obviously they're going to be much, much lighter because they're designed for touring. And that's something that comes up in our videos quite a bit, just about Enforcers in general, is they're not particularly lightweight.
No, they generally fall on the heavier. If we're organizing light to heavy, they're generally on the heavy side.
Right. And that comes up in questions a lot.
Right.
A lot of the time we field questions like, can I put touring bindings on my Enforcer 104? And we have always historically said, yeah, of course you can.
Yep.
I know people that do. Brooks Kern is a good friend of ours. Nordica athlete. He has touring bindings on his Enforcer 104, so people do it.
Yep.
But these are going to be much, much more efficient for the uphill, and I think in general more appropriate as a touring ski.
Yeah, and that's generally the trade-off here is, or what are we sacrificing for our uphill efficiency to maximize our downhill fun?
Yep.
So that's where a ski like this is really going to kind of take a good spot in the industry as a whole.
Yeah, and I think these are going to be pretty darn fun on the downhill too.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to try them out and really kind of get to the bottom of what the exact compromise is.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So they're noticeably lighter. We're going to look at the actual weight differences in just a second. Before we do, let's talk about how they do that. So we still get a wood core in these skis. It would be weird if we didn't. And it's a pretty simple wood core. It's a macro block poplar wood core. That differs from particularly skis like the Enforcer 100 and the 94. We have a 94 over there. Those use a micro block construction of poplar and beech.
Yeah.
So beech is a little heavier, and then also that macro block construction compared to the micro block construction, allows them to build a lighter wood core.
Yeah.
So still, poplar's a great material for ski construction.
Especially a touring ski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty damp, pretty strong, but they're able to give it a pretty lightweight feel. Lighten it up in the core compared to the existing enforcers. Now, we talk about enforcers a lot, and we talk about how they have 2 sheets of metal, and we've often said things like it wouldn't be an enforcer with 2 sheets of metal, and I think now we have to stop saying that.
Right.
Because these no longer have 2 sheets of metal. Instead, they have 2 layers of basically what's identical to carbon chassis.
Yeah.
So if you've watched reviews or comparisons or ski test videos of enforcers within the past 2-3 years,
Yep.
You've probably learned about carbon chassis. It's basically a way that they kind of weave carbon strips into the fiberglass layer of the ski. So this has 2 layers of carbon chassis, one above the core and one below the core. These are the nitty-gritty details that I really like, so big thanks to the Nordica engineer who I just got off the phone with. The particular carbon in these skis, they use 2 different types of carbon. One is GR530 and one is GR400. Those numbers basically refer to density or weight over a certain surface area. Existing enforcer skis in that carbon chassis, they use GR400, so the lighter of the carbon.
In this one.
Exactly, in that one. In these skis, one of those layers is GR530, so we actually get heavier, denser application of carbon in these skis. And the idea is, if they're taking away some strength by taking away the metal in that ski, they need to put something extra in this ski to retain that strength.
Sure.
So, pretty cool concept.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's not like tremendously complicated. It feels like pretty straightforward construction, which isn't surprising. I think that's kind of like, I think Nordica would agree with me that the key behind these skis is the shape.
Sure.
They've pretty much got the construction dialed. It doesn't need to be like crazy innovative of construction, because the shape is kind of the key here.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's look at weight. This Enforcer Unlimited 104 comes in at 1,600 and call it 70 grams, and this is in the 179 centimeter length. And then, Bob, if you throw that one on the scale, we've weighed these skis plenty of times before, so almost 500 grams more, up in the 2,160 gram range. And we did some math, and that's about, a 21% weight saving between Enforcer 104 and Enforcer Unlimited 104. So pretty significant.
Yeah, and I think that's a better metric than overall weight, because obviously we're dealing with different sizes here, but also just in comparing, because they're trying to make the same ski in a different form. So I think that percent difference is a little bit better of a metric than just saying
weight.
It's 500 grams lighter or whatever it is. I just think it makes more sense.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a significant weight saving.
Yep.
It's 21% of the Enforcer 104 is just gone. And then, we talked about that application of carbon and how they tried to build some strength into this ski. And, when you pick these up in your hand, they're pretty heavy. And the Enforcer 104, we've talked about it before. It's got a pretty strong flex pattern. All Enforcers have a pretty strong flex pattern. When you pick these up, they're noticeably lighter. But when you go and flex it, it's all there. It's hard for me to say that this is a softer flexing ski than those.
Yeah, and you can tell that obviously it's going to be more damp. It's not really a fair comparison. Yes.
But you can tell in the way that ski flexes, it's got more of a damp feel.
Yeah, whereas that one you can get a little bit more snap out of it.
Yeah, which I think is going to come through in its performance too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, playful skiers, people that like quickness,
there
are going to be benefits to this ski and its weight and its flex pattern beyond just uphill efficiency.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what I think is going to be really exciting when we get them on snow. Full disclaimer, kind of like the last video did, we haven't skied any of these yet. Certainly very excited to do so.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to talk about. But yeah, more of kind of a snappy, energetic flex pattern in these, but still just as stiff.
Right, and I would imagine it'll be somewhat of a better floater in purely fresh snow.
Sure.
Just because of the lighter weight. So, obviously that's kind of the goal of touring, is to access pure and fresh snow. So in many ways, this is going to be a better choice, especially for a skier who's split either amongst this or a similarly weighted, another 104, maybe more of a hybrid ski than a dedicated touring ski. But interesting how, you're going to go about making your choice for a ski here. But I would imagine this has some pretty good playful and fun flotation to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the 104. And then we have, on the men's side, we get 104, 94, 88. 88's the only one that we don't have, so let's take a look at this 94. If you remember about Enforcers in general, the 88, 94, and 100, they're built a little heavier than the 104 in particular, and the 110 and the 115. So the weight savings on these is going to be a little bit more as a percentage of those skis, because those skis are just a little bit heavier than the Enforcer 104.
If you would like an exact number, this is 11.9 grams per centimeter, whereas this is 11.8.
I love it. So not that much heavier,
no, but it's there.
It is heavier. So this Enforcer Unlimited 94, same construction. These skis all share the same construction. 1,560 grams. And that Enforcer 94 non-unlimited is, almost up in the 2,200 range.
Yeah.
High 2,100, 2,170. So significant weight savings there. That was more up in the 26% range. So pretty darn cool. I think having those three widths on the men's side makes a lot of sense. Soft snow, powder seeking touring. Or if you've got kind of more of a playful skiing style and you just want that much tail rocker, where these are, you're going to get a little bit stronger feel out of the tail, and they're also narrower. So maybe you don't encounter as much fresh snow on your tours, but you still want a fun, versatile, pretty darn lightweight uphill ski. It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, and same, I would say the same type of theory applies with flex with this one. I mean,
yes.
Got that nice, stiff, snappy rebound to it, and then the regular Alpine, similar, like you push on it and you don't get quite the same speed on the feedback, but it certainly has that a similarly stiff flex to it. So pretty interesting how they do that.
Yep, and like they may not have as much raw stability in a carve, but pretty strong flex pattern, and they have that Enforcer shape, so undoubtedly they're gonna feel pretty darn strong still. Like there's no way that those skis won't carve a good turn. They're just gonna be that much more agile and quick and snappy and fun.
Yeah, so. And like some skiers even prefer the feel of a carbon ski. I mean, like that. We see with a lot of other brands that they have very successful applications of carbon.
Right.
And this could be that ski for someone who either enjoys this shape and width and just wants something wider.
Right.
Or having that true 50-50 ski.
Right.
So there's a lot of different uses for it, for sure.
Yeah, and like I don't know if like Nordica would be like disappointed that I say this, but you don't have to mount these with touring bindings.
Sure.
I don't know if that's what you're alluding to, but that's kind of where my mind goes is, thinking about skis like the Core 93. We've talked about that ski in comparison to Enforcers before. If you want that shape but just a lighter feel, you could put an Alpine binding on these and it wouldn't be outrageous.
No, there's an Alpine skier who would be a lot better off on this than the regular 94.
Exactly. So I think the vast majority of people choosing these skis, the application will be for touring, but don't just completely rule it out as a resort ski if you're a kind of that type of skier.
Yep.
So those are the men's skis. Like I said, there's an 88 too. We didn't have that in stock for the video. We will have it in stock for ordering. So basically the same conversation. As we go narrower, they're going to be less capable in deep snow, a little quicker edge to edge. So if you're East Coast touring, just strictly resort touring, more and more people are just going up groomed trails and coming back down groomed trails, which certainly nothing wrong with that, but you don't need an Enforcer Unlimited 104 to do that.
Right.
You can get the 88, shave more weight, have a little bit quicker edge-to-edge feel on the way back down.
Yep.
So that's it on the men's side. On the women's side, the story is essentially the same. The only thing that makes it different is the Santa Ana skis now have terrain-specific metal
Yep.
in their construction. So the construction in these skis is a little bit different, but we still see a pretty darn significant saving in weight. So this is the Santa Ana Unlimited 93, and this comes in right about at 1,470 grams. This is the normal Santa Ana 93 with terrain-specific metal, and we're up in the 1,930 gram range. So I believe this was, what, a 24% weight saving?
24%, yeah.
So still pretty significant, more of a difference than the 104s.
Yeah.
Not quite as significant as the difference between the men's Enforcer 94 and Unlimited 94, but it's still a drastic weight saving.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much just chopping a quarter of the weight across the board on these.
I mean, these feel like two different things.
Right.
Like we've talked about how fun it would be to give everything a black top sheet and then like go ski everything and like guess what it is.
Right.
It would be really easy to tell that these are two different things just holding them.
Yeah.
So significant weight savings, and I think if you guys are ordering them and you have a pair in your hand, or say you go to a ski shop and kind of window shopping or whatever you want to call it, and you pick up a pair, you will feel that too, I guarantee. And then we have just the 151. That was the only link that showed up in our first shipment. But this is the Santa Ana Unlimited 88 and the normal Santa Ana 88. Pretty similar difference. I think this one was, what, a 23% drop down in weight?
Yeah, this one's pretty feather light, 20 grams. I mean,
that's what you get when you have a 151 touring ski.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to this thing right here.
Yeah, and then normal Santa Ana 88, up closer to 1,600 grams.
Yeah.
So pretty sweet.
8.1 grams per centimeter on this one.
Yep.
So that's your lightest.
Lightest ski on the wall.
Yep.
Per surface area, per length.
Yep.
So that's it. That's Enforcer Unlimited and Santa Ana Unlimited. These are 2023 skis. I'm pretty sure we mentioned that at the beginning. If we didn't, these are technically next year's skis. This is an early launch of next year's skis. But yeah, you can buy them right now.
And pricing, $849.
Yep.
Did we say this already?
Maybe not.
$849, $799.
Yep. 88, $749.
Yep.
And then over here we go $749 and $699 in the ski that is right there.
Yep.
So not surprising prices there. I think that's pretty in line with other brands offering in this category. And yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Certainly extremely excited to get these on the slopes.
Yep.
Bob, what are you most excited to ski?
I want to ski this. I'm like, I prefer the Alpine 94, but I think I would be more in tune with the Tour 104.
Yeah.
Even if you're going up and down the resort, which is mostly what I would have time to do. Right. But, even at that, I think I want to give that one a go.
Yeah, I think that, Bob and I both own Enforcers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys don't know that already. You own an Enforcer 88 and a 100.
Yep.
And I own a Enforcer 104. I'd say I'm in the same boat. I'm pretty darn excited to ski that Enforcer 104. I already know that I love the shape. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens when it's a little bit lighter.
Yep. That's a fun concept.
Yeah, like backcountry jumps,
sure,
and stuff like that. Lighter swing weight.
Yep.
Less fatiguing, getting out there.
Skiing in the woods around here.
Yeah.
That's what I would be interested in.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be pretty cool to throw like a Solomon Shift or a Duke PT on that Enforcer 104 and see what it can do in and out of the resort.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty excited to ski the 94 and the 88 as well. I'm just a sucker for twin tips, if you guys didn't already know that. Let us know if you have any questions. A lot of exciting stuff going on right now. Keep an eye on the channel because there'll be more exciting announcements.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun season. We'll talk to you soon. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you out there on the slopes.
Bye.